So shout out to those that reached out to us on YouTube commenting. We're going to answer one of the questions because I do this with Dr. Tui for the YU. That is one of the valuable things that the YU podcast has, to be able to answer your question as community of the YU. I brought J-Bid on because one of our loyal listeners, shout out to Uce, Samoan Diecast, also had a question. So Samoan Diecast says, yo, J-Bid, how much would 100K investment bring me monthly if I were to pull the equity out of my house and dump it all into stocks? Would it cover $3,000 to $4,000 monthly?
It's a great question, though. So my answer is yeah. I'll show you this dividend factor, but if you use the ETFs that I'm using, then it's easy. You will make like $4,005. All right, so this is the current account I have with my investor. I was able to liquidate my 401k, and my investor put in 70% of the capital. You see the monthly, say, January income, that's $10,602. I wanted to break it down so the good thing about this dividend tracker, if I can mess with it, you can edit it, the share, so that way bring it down to 100,000. That's what I'm going to do. Dividend tracker, you can add shares or play around with it, and have like 1,000 shares, add or subtract. So that way you can play around with the number. Like say like Tesla, let's go 1,000 shares. All right, let me see. Cool. NVIDIA, all right, 100,000. And the good thing about the website or dividend tracker, you can enter like the ticker or like the ETF, and you can just add how many shares you want to have.
Why don't you give you a goal to work on,
right,
or to set? So I like that.
It's based on the dividend history. Like, for example, he say you want to pull up 100,000, right? And if you put in Robinhood, now it's 100,000. And if you want to utilize margin, obviously you will have a bigger account. So you don't have to if you want to use just 100,000 and get dividends out of it, that's great. But what I wanted to share is you can use margin to borrow it against it. So your account will be like 130,000. If you have 100,000, you can margin up to 160,000 and buy more, ETFs. So if you do that, then obviously you'll be above like 110,000 a month. That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, we'll just stick to no margin.
So it looks like you have 6 shares that you're using as an example.
Yes. So I'm just your max one. So I'm gonna have MZ, Pony, MSTY, NVIDIA, Tesla, LT, right? So all of them have 1,000 except MZ, 400 shares. So if you have 1,000 of Coney, MSTY, 1,000 NVIDIA, 1,000 Tesla, 1,000 LT, you will come up 93,000. Account wise, you're still less than 100,000. And your monthly average will project, not guaranteed, is $7,000.
That's good numbers, reflecting to what Samoan Diecast was referring to, about a $4,000 to $5,000 a month, with roughly around 100,000. Now the number they're showing us is under 100,000, and it's still exceeding the total cost that the Uce was ideally hoping that he can make. So to answer the question, that it is possible.
Yes.
You can actually make a lot more than 4,000 to 5,000. There's your answer, Samoan Diecast.
There you go, Samoan Diecast. There's your answer right there. But again, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is the one I'm using. This is what I have too. So if you want to just dump in here and then invest in these ETFs right here, you can pause the video, snapshot it, and then invest in it. There you go. And my only advice is, if you want to do this, when you get extra cash, more than 5,000, use that to invest to other long-term ETFs. There are other long-term ETFs such as S&P 500, that says SPY, or QQQ, or Bitcoin, and all that. So that way you can live up half and reinvest the other half. You're good for. Yeah, there's a Discord, like a join, like that's where I learned from. Shout out to the Kamirs. It's free, and so many, it's like over 5,000. They took a HELOC loan from their property or their house, and they all started investing into Max or the dividend paying ETFs, and they're accumulating. Man, they're talking about like 20 G's a month, 30 G's a month, 50 G's a month. It's only a few of them like 100 G's a month. It's crazy. But
Interesting.
a loan out of their HELOC, the HELOC loan. I'm not sure how that what that is like. What's a HELOC?
Let's break down HELOC loans in simple terms. A HELOC, or home equity line of credit, is like a credit card secured by your home. You borrow against your home's equity, but only take what you need. Step 1. Determine your home equity. Step 2. Get approved for a credit limit. Step 3. Borrow as needed during the draw period, just like swiping your credit card. Flexible borrowing. Pay interest only on what you borrow. Variable interest rates, they can change over time. Perfect for home renovations, debt consolidation, and emergency funds. Remember, your home is collateral. Borrow responsibly to avoid foreclosure risks. Now you know.
And then you said this group is on what? You recommended again if you wanted some resources or a community to, better understand this kind of strategy. What was the platform that you were using?
It's called High Yield Dividend Warrior.
Okay. And we'll post that below the link, guys. For those who are interested, refer that JBit. Those that are tuning into the Uce Podcast and leaving comments, this is what we do. Provide you with resources and information. Again, we are not professional experts in any of these. This is just our own personal opinion. Seek professional help, and drop more comments if you have anything for JBit. But until next time, man, JBit, thank you for getting on with my Uce here answering the questions. Shout out to Sun Moon Diecast. There you go, Uce.